Today we are going to read a 5-paragraph article about drive-in theaters. Let's go. The drive-in theater. So theater, the synonyms I give you are cinema or movie theater. So I will read paragraph 1 and then we will talk about it. In the 1950s, drive-in theaters became incredibly popular. Families, friends, and couples enjoyed watching movies from their cars. They would park in front of a large screen and listen to the film through their car radios. As the sun set and the sky darkened, stars would appear, making the experience feel quite magical. So let's come back. In the 1950s, so I wrote in pink 1950 to 1959 because these are the 1950s, the years we are talking about. Drive-in theaters, now this word is in green because we already had it here. You would just add S to the synonyms I gave you. Drive-in cinemas or drive-in movie theaters became incredibly. Now incredibly is an adverb here to talk about popular. Incredibly, we can say very, quite, so, extremely, unbelievably, or exceptionally popular. And if something is popular, many people like it. Well-liked or trendy, okay? Families, you can say relatives. This is your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa. Friends, you can say pals, buddies, companions. The opposites I wrote under the word. Enemies or adversaries. These are not your friends. And couples. So couples, I did the same thing I did with 1950s. I gave you 2 examples. Boyfriends and girlfriends or husbands and wives. I want you to think about that when you see the word couples. Enjoyed, liked, or appreciated. Opposite, hated, abhorred, or detested. Watching or seeing movies, films, or motion pictures from their cars, from their vehicles. They would park in front, opposite, back of a large, of course, the screens are large. If you come up here and look at the screens, you can see that. Large, big, huge, massive, colossal, opposite, small, tiny, little, miniature. Screen, and listen to the film, the movie or motion picture, right? You just have to take off S here. Through, via, or by means of their car radios. As the sun set, when the sun sets, it goes down. So you can say descended, went down, went is the past of go, or sank, opposite, rose. And the sky darkened, darkened, opposite, brightened. But you can see I've underlined this here because I reworded it. Remember, this is reworded English, so I will reword a lot of sentences and phrases. As the sun set and the day became night, stars would appear. Okay, so now you know how to do this, right? When it's underlined, read through the green, okay, the green text. Stars would appear, show up, or reveal themselves, making the experience. So making the experience. Making we can use causing, but if you use causing, you have to have to before your next verb. Making the experience feel, causing the experience to feel. It's very important you have a to here, or the grammar does not work. Quite. Quite we had earlier. Incredibly. Very. So. Extremely. Magical. Maybe your first time you go to Disneyland, it's magical. Enchanting, captivating, special. Paragraph 2. Drive-ins were more than just movie venues. They were places where people could spend time together and enjoy one another's company. A snack stand was always available, selling popcorn, candy, and sodas. Kids often played games like tag or hide and seek around the cars while they waited for the movie to begin. For everyone, it was a really fun way to spend an evening. Drive-ins were more than just. So just, only, simply, merely. Movie and movie you had earlier. Film or motion picture. Venues. Venues, you can say places, locations, or spots. But this I also rewrote. drive-ins were more than just places to see movies or places to watch movies. See and watch are synonyms, so you can use either. They were places or venues where people, individuals, could spend. So if you spend your time, you use it. The opposite is waste. But you can see here, spend time, I wrote hang out. So people could hang out together or people could be together, opposite apart, and enjoy or appreciate one another's, each other's company. So company is like your friends, okay? You have company over for dinner means you have friends over your house to eat dinner. Presence or companionship. But come back. Enjoy being together. So all of this we can just change to being together. A snack stand, concession stand, or snack kiosk was always, opposite never, available. Available means it's near you. Around, nearby, close by. Selling, opposite buying, opposite purchasing. Popcorn, candy or sweets, and sodas. Sodas, you can say colas or pops. Kids, and this has S, so we can say children. One child, two children, right? Opposite adults, opposite grown-ups. Often or usually played games like, such as, tag or hide and seek. Around the cars, while or as, they waited for the movie to begin or start. Or they awaited the beginning of the movie, okay? For everyone, everybody, it was a really, very, or pretty fun, opposite boring, way to spend an evening. And an evening is a night. You'd spend your night there. Paragraph 3. Over time, drive-ins started to lose their popularity. Indoor theaters became so much more common because they had better sound systems and softer, more comfortable seats. As home television sets became widespread, people began staying in to watch movies. Many drive-ins had to close down, although a few managed to survive, especially in small towns. All right, let's come back. Over time, eventually, in the end, drive-ins started or began to lose, opposite gain. If you lose something, maybe you don't have it anymore. If you gain it, you get it. Their popularity, their appeal, charm, or allure. So people stopped liking them. Over time, drive-ins weren't enjoyed as much, or over time, drive-ins didn't maintain their same appeal. So people didn't really like them anymore. Indoor, opposite outdoor, theaters became so much more, opposite less, common. So if something is common, you see it a lot. Like in America, there are lots of gas stations and lots of McDonald's restaurants. They are common, prevalent, or standard. Because, since, as, for, they, these are the new theaters, had better, higher quality, opposite, worse, sound systems. Now remember, this was happening in the 1950s, so if you were listening to a movie in your car, the quality probably was not that good, okay? So sound systems, you can say speakers or audio systems. Sometimes when I go to a movie theater, I think it's too loud. Maybe I'm just old though. And softer, opposite harder, more comfortable. Cozy or comfy seats. Seats, we can say chairs. As, because, or since, home television sets. Television sets, you can just say televisions or TVs, became widespread. Everybody started buying TVs. Now it's normal that people have TVs. But in the 1950s, it was not normal that every house had a TV. So widespread, widely available, or more common. People began staying in to watch movies. Many, so many, we have a lot here. A lot of, lots of, tons of, a ton of, numerous, numerous is the adjective for number, or countless. And the opposite I wrote under, a few. I want to put that in parentheses because it's under, okay? A few drive-ins had to close or shut down. Or we can say many drive-ins went out of business because nobody was coming anymore. Although or but, a few, opposite many. Managed or were able to survive, to stay open or continue operating. Their businesses continued, especially, particularly, or specifically in small. So small does not mean little here. It means not highly populated, not many people. Towns. Towns are cities, okay? So if it's a small town, not many people, like New York City. So that's where you might see more drive-ins, where the land was cheaper. Okay, let's move to paragraph 4. Today, drive-in theaters are making a comeback. During the COVID-19 pandemic, people liked that they could safely watch films from their cars. The open-air setting allowed for social distancing, and this made drive-ins attractive once again. Now, many people are rediscovering the joy of going to a drive-in, enjoying movies under the stars, just like they did in the past. Today, now, currently, presently, drive-in theaters are making a comeback. Or we can say theaters are returning, theaters are becoming popular again. People are liking them now. During the COVID-19 pandemic, or we could just say during COVID, people liked or appreciated that they could safely watch films, or they could watch films without risks from their cars, because everybody was scared to get COVID. So if you were in your car, you were a good distance away from other people. The open air setting, atmosphere, or environment allowed for social distancing, or the open air setting let people keep their distance from one another or each other, okay? Remember earlier we had that one another and each other. And this made drive-ins, or this caused drive-ins to be, you have to use to be before the adjective, attractive, okay? Attractive or appealing. Once again, once more, or yet again. Now, many people are rediscovering, or once again finding, the joy or fun of going to. And if you go to a movie, you attend it. So attending a drive-in, enjoying or experiencing movies under, beneath, below, like my hand is under my head, opposites are over and above, okay? The stars, just or exactly like as they did in the past, or they did before. That was bad grammar there. They did before. Paragraph 5. For some, it's not only about watching a movie. It's about the nostalgic experience. The sight of old cars, the smell of popcorn in the air, and the warm summer breeze all add to the charm of the drive-in. Whether you're there for the movie or the atmosphere, drive-ins continue to offer something special for those who love a unique night out. For some people or some individuals, it's not only about watching a movie, it's about the nostalgic. So this word nostalgic I wanted to talk about a little. Nostalgic is something that reminds you of the past. So I just wrote some notes here, thinking about the past, okay? An experience I wrote feeling, but I rewrote it to help you a little. It's about a connection to the past, or we can say it's about remembering the feelings or emotions from before. So if something is nostalgic, it reminds you of the past. Like if you go to a restaurant and you are eating pasta and you say, wow, this reminds me of my grandma's cooking. It's nostalgic to you, okay? The sight of, now the sight of, you can say seeing, witnessing, or getting to see. Old, sometimes opposite is young, but we're talking about cars. So old cars are classic cars, like really old cars, like you see in the picture I have there. The smell, aroma, because aroma is a good smell. The opposite are bad smells, stench or odor. If somebody smells really bad, you say they have a stench or odor. So the smell of popcorn in the air and the warm, opposite, cool summer breeze, wind, all add to, enrich, contribute to, or deepen the charm or appeal of the drive-in. These are things that make it a special experience. Whether you're there for the movie or the atmosphere, and atmosphere you can say environment, but let's come back and read this through. It doesn't matter whether you come for the movie or the atmosphere, and then you would just continue to read this. Or we can say, regardless of your reason for coming. So it doesn't matter why you come. Drive-ins continue to offer or have something special, something unique for those people who love, enjoy, or appreciate a unique, special night out.